In the name of Allah, the widely merciful, the ever merciful. This time we discuss the explanation of Sheik Mohammad Asshara'wi of the verse 3 and 4 of the Alnnou'r number 24 in the Noble Kooran. Alnnou'r verse 3. The fornicator marries not but an adulteress or a female associator that is, one who associates other with all rights, and the adulteress is married not but by a male rights, fornicator or an associator, and that has been made forbidden to the believers. End of translation. Quote, the fornicator marries not but an adulteress or a female associator. End of quote. Because marriage is based on equivalence, so none of the spouses rises above the other, and the adulterer is in him lowness. Therefore he deserves not but a woman, in which there is lowness, means an adulteress or that of more lowness, that is an associating woman polytheist rights, because associating others with Allah the Almighty is lower. The adultery is a violation of the directing order of Allah the Almighty. However, the association is a denial of Allah the Almighty. Thus the polytheist is more malicious than the adulteress. What we say in the marriage of the adulterer we say in that of the adulteress. Quote, and the adulteress is married not but by a male rights, fornicator or an associator. End of quote. And here, some object, how about, if the adulteress is a Muslim woman, would she marry an associator? They said, the goal of comparison here is the exaggeration and horrifying and not the permission, because the Muslim woman is not permitted to marry an associator ever. The verse is a scolding to her, O you villainous, you deserve not but a low man like you or lower. And I see that the text is probable due to the dissemblance of the source, because she who has committed the adultery is revolving about two situations. Either she committed it knowing that it is forbidden, thus she is a disobedient but still on her Islam, or she refused the rule of Allah the Almighty and objected against it. Thus she becomes an associate. And in this case, the understanding of the case straightens and becomes clearer for us. Then Allah the Almighty says, quote, and that has been made forbidden to the believers. End of quote. Thus this is the reason for the purity of the lineages, that for Allah the Almighty is to forbid the adultery so the successor comes out in pure lineage and element, embraced with a father and a mother, surrounded by the warmth of the family. On him, they bear not the breeze of air, because he came out of a nice, pure and clean container. Then Allah the Almighty says, Alnnou'r verse 4. And those who are throwing that is accused chaste women and then they do not come up with 4 witnesses, lash them with 80 lashes, and do not accept from them testimony ever after. and those are the debauchers. End of translation. Accusing is to throw something with something, and, quote, Asshara'wi, end of quote, is the plural of musanad, which is derived from, end of quote, Alaban, end of quote, that is immunity, protected. From that is our saying, end of quote, so and so has Parliament immunity, end of quote, for example, means the law has guaranteed his protection. Therefore, if they wanted to reckon him or bringing him to justice, they have to lift on him the immunity first, and of that also is the word castle. It is the well-protected immune thing which protects whoever is inside of it. And Allah the Almighty says, Surah Al-Anbiya verse 80 quote, and we taught him David, peace be upon him the crafting of metal coats of mail for battles, for you, that they might immunize you in literally from your wars with your enemies end of quote, means armored shields that protects man and saves him in the wars. And the word, quote, Asshara'wi, end of quote, is called upon the married woman, because she shielded herself with the marriage to not trend to the obscenity, and also is called on the freeborn, because in the past, the bondwomen are the only ones who commit the prostitution, but the freeborn never do that. Therefore, the late hind, which we now consider is a lady after declared her Islam, and she is the one who chewed the liver of our master Hamza in the battle of Uhud, but nothing on her now, because the Islam wipes out what is before it on the person. When she heard the messenger Mohammad, peace be upon him, forbidding on women the adultery, she said, does a freeborn commit adultery? Because adultery before the Islam spread among the prostitutes of the bondwomen, even they had banners which they raised on the top of their houses to be known with them. And the meaning, quote, are throwing accused Asshara'wi, end of quote, with what contradicts with the immunity, and the intended here is adultery, quote, and then they do not come up with 4 witnesses, lash them with 80 lashes, end of quote, endure, for and this is called, quote, the limit of slander, end of quote, accusing a freeborn with adultery. And in this case you must introduce 4 witnesses to defend your case and testify that she did commit adultery. If you do not, on you is applied the limit of slander, 80 lashes, and this is not the end of it, but your testimony about any issue will never be accepted after that, quote, and do not accept from them testimony ever after, end of quote, endure, for why? That is, because he is not any more entrusted with any testimony, that is, because he is a dedachi, and no testimony for a debaucher. Thus, the society has gathered on him the limit and dropped on him his social status by the falling of his testimony, and then it described him with debauchery. All this is to restrain whoever is being whispered to by his own self to wade into the honors of the freeborn and accusing the honorable women. Therefore, it expressed that with, quote, throwing, end of quote, because mostly that happens suddenly and lack of evidence. Thus, Allah the Almighty wants to protect the Islamic society from the widespread of obscenity or even mentioning it or talking about it. All the translations are by